Ooh, looks like another car for around $35,000. All electric car from a Volkswagen. Now, I know we've seen a lot of concepts here and there, but besides e-Golf, that's all we got right now from Volkswagen. Now, granted, Volkswagen Group's brands like Audi and Porsche have been very exciting. You know, Porsche is just about to come up with a really cool car, right? Taycan, and Audi's e-tron is now on the roads in Europe. But nothing from Volkswagen, nothing substantial. So they finally made an announcement today. I think it's pretty exciting. So let's look at a few pictures. Let's talk about a few specs. All of this is coming up next. Taking over the world, electrifying the world. E4 Electric. Welcome to E4 Electric, your number one source of daily electric car scoop, unbiased and uncensored. Okay, a little censored. You can bring the kids back into the room. It's definitely censored. I try not to even curse on the show, so I hope you appreciate it because I know some of you guys watch it with the kids around. All right, so let's talk about the Volkswagen ID. Now, this is Volkswagen ID, and it is going to be produced next year. We kind of knew that, but they've announced that on May 8th, that's like less than 2 months. They will start taking reservations for this car, and in September they will do the unveiling event, and then they go into production 2020. Now, this is actually, that means that things are finally happening for Volkswagen. I'm excited about that. Let me know in the comment section if you guys are actually thinking about reserving this one. I don't know what the reservation amount. Maybe you would suggest something. Should it be $1,000 like with the Model 3? Or maybe nothing at all, like with Byton. So let me know. Now, here's some pictures of this car. I mean, it's pretty good looking if you ask me, right? It looks kind of like e-Golf, but kind of a modern version of it. Here's another one. Here's another one with a couple. By the way, what is up with Volkswagen and their press pictures and just couples just having a good time there? I mean, look at these two, right? By the way, you can easily tell this is a green screen, right? Can you guys tell that this has been shot on the green screen? And I've done a better job with my green screen over there than they've done. Got to raise the production quality. But what is going on with these couples are taking pictures where the car is never in the picture? Here's one from a while back. Remember this one? God knows what's going on in this one. And believe it or not, this was part of their press pictures. Boom! Look, there's a car somewhere in the background. Yeah, I don't know what's happening there at Volkswagen's studios, but there's definitely some sort of a theme going on there. All right, so here's another picture of the car. As you can see, it's gonna have kind of a like it's kind of a van-like door, right? Obviously, I don't expect this to go in production. I think that would be reasonable, but interesting concept. And also, there's another picture of what it's going to look like as far as the heads-up display. Nothing fancy here except this one thing. As you can see, there's a sort of a business identified there, something like you would have with Yelp, right? Like when you take your phone and you can look through your camera, and then all of the places where the Yelp reviews are kind of identified there. I think this is what's happening here. If they're going to bring this to production, that's going to be great. I mean, I assume all cars are going to have that, and not even on the front window. It's going to be like all over the place. But this is the first time I'm actually seeing that in the press photo, which obviously is Photoshop, but nevertheless, I think it's pretty cool. All right, so let's talk about the specs. Now, they are saying, and they're not announcing the price, but people are saying it's expected to be around anywhere from $30,000 to $34,000. The caveat here is that they might not launch it here in the United States. They might just launch it in Europe, and what we're going to get in the United States is ID Cross, which is this car, which, by the way, I'm also digging. All of their cars I'm pretty much digging a lot. Okay, before I go into a couple of other cars that are going to be on the market from them in the next few years and the rest of the specs, let me remind you guys that this video and this channel is sponsored by Accelerate Auto, the business leases for all electric cars, including Tesla Model 3. This is really the only way you can lease a Tesla Model 3 right now if you have a business. So if you work for a company that allows employees to lease cars, definitely check them out. The link is in the description of this video. Make sure you let them know that you came from seeing them on E4 Electric. They will definitely take care of you guys. All right, so the ID Cross could be something that we're just going to get here in the United States, which by the way I don't mind, but later, maybe closer to 2021. So we don't know if the hatchback, the ID hatchback, is actually coming um, to America, but nevertheless, in Europe, it actually will probably compete even better with the Model 3, right? Because Model 3 is just arriving there now, and if they are only about a year late, that in with that price tag, and it's a hatchback, this could be some good competition. Now, 125 kilowatt rate for charging, which is pretty decent. I'm assuming it's CCS. I mean, I'm assuming, but I'm pretty like 99.9% sure. The range is very blurry, so there will be three different battery sizes and ranges. It's going to range between, and I'm trying to estimate the EPA range based on what they're promising in their European kilometer and their charging or battery system as anywhere from 180 miles, which is to 270 miles, and I think that's pretty decent, pretty good, especially if it's just for Europe, pretty decent range for the mileage. It is going to be the first Volkswagen Group car that's going to be based on MEB platform, and this is a big deal, right? This is I'm very excited about the especially legacy manufacturers building their electric cars on a new platform, not converting their gas cars, which I do understand why they do that, but building this on the new platform. All Volkswagen Group cars are going to be built on this one, so therefore, all the software bugs and just so many things can be unified, and then just everybody will benefit from that. All right, so and yeah, so specs are pretty decent. Now, just like I said, we're going to get other cars like ID Cross, ID Buzz, my favorite one, ID Vision. I don't know what's up with all the Z's there. I don't know if there's like a ZZ Top fans there, or I don't know, but I'm digging it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of digging this whole thing. Put double Z's and in everything. I don't know if you can even, maybe it's because of their logo kind of looks like Inter. Yeah, I don't want to go into that. But so yeah, I mean, this is the car that I'm really excited about. Like, I mean, this looks legit. This looks really sharp. Now, obviously, it's a concept car, but but just like I said, all we got right now is this little guy. I think it's 120, 130 miles per charge. I've driven it. It's all right. It's a nice car. I mean, obviously, range is a problem. But nevertheless, I am excited about what's happening with the Volkswagen Grand, and I hope this is. I can't wait for the unveiling and see what it's actually going to look like. All right, so now let's look at the positives and negatives. All right, so the positive is definitely that finally Volkswagen is going to be producing within a year a real electric car with a real electric range. That's something to celebrate, and I'm hoping they will see the demand, and that will make them speed things up for the rest of their brand. So that's number one, definitely positive. Secondly, hey, more competition for the Model 3, more competition for, all other cars, like Polestar 2 is also going to compete with the Model 3, the better, right? The options, the competition, it's just always good for everybody, including Tesla. Elon Musk always said that was their goal to kind of get everybody to finally start making decent electric cars. Third, of course, I like the way it looks. I like the tech, and I think this is something that's going to be definitely appealing to people in Europe. If you are watching me from Europe, let me know. Is this not like the ultimate European modern car, perfect for the electric? So for the electric car launch for the brand, obviously you can see the wheels are probably not going to be as big. Somehow they always like to pimp it up, the concept cars, like it's a lowrider show somewhere in Compton, right? It's just weird. The wheels are going to be smaller, but as you can see by the design of the wheels, this is obviously designed for an electric car for the better aerodynamics. So that's pretty cool, and it does look pretty good on it, even with this size wheels. So the price. I mean, if you're talking about a positive, if you can be selling this car for anywhere lower 30s in US dollars before the incentives, which means that probably can go up down to all the way to maybe 24, 25,000 US dollars. Well, this is a win-win for everybody. Now, there are some negatives, though. Of course, the negative that I would say is that it's It's still, I don't feel the excitement from Volkswagen. I just don't feel the excitement from Volkswagen. I mean, as much as I love this, the fact that they're finally doing it, I just, like, for example, I had to look for pictures very hard on their press site. I had to look for this announcement very hard on their website, and I didn't find it. I kind of ended up going through the news articles that I've seen that have already been published out there. And that's how I found out. Volkswagen doesn't seem to be proud. Like, I would be, if I was them, I would be like, guys, we're finally doing this, and you can finally get in line. And so that's obviously a huge plus. Now, another negative is, and I don't quite understand this sometimes, is why not bring this to market in the United States, right? There's going to be a huge demand here. Volkswagen is obviously selling cars here. What is the reason to not bring this car in the US? Do they not want to sell too many of them? Right? It goes to another part of me is like, are they not proud of this? Is this kind of a really quick trial period? I mean, as much as I don't like what Kia and Hyundai doing with their amazing compact SUVs, at least they're doing it reasonably on a wide scale. But to like avoid United States, I just don't quite understand that. Let me know. Would you guys actually go for this car? Do you think this is something that you would want to buy? Let's say over Model 3, and if so, why? Let me know in the comment section. Looking forward to that. Other than that, before of course I go, I just want to give a quick shout out to one of my newer Patreons, Chris Smith. Thank you so much for joining my Patreon community. Thank you for, this is the only place where you can watch me live. Thank you for supporting my independent channel. And if you guys want to join my Patreon community, all you have to do is click on the description of this video, the little expander thingy, and boom, you'll find this link, patreon.com/e4electric. Thank you so much for joining me there and supporting my show. All right, now I'm ready to go. I will see you guys next time, and remember to stay charged.